We have come, gathered at the side of the lake, and my toes are sinking into the coffee-black sludge. It's cold and thick. It stains our skin in tiny speckles up our calves, itching with small insects. The very edge of the water was sharp as an intake of breath, and the thick silt caresses our toes as it melts off under the lapping water's tongue. Water that gripped around the ankle, pulling gently, because we still lingered in the shallow. No one leading each other, led by the lake, so many of us side by side, holding each other's hands, remembering forward to what has not yet happened.
I think it's time we change how we live.
Yeah, like changing our habits, changing the resources we use, pumping carbon into the air. We can change it, but we're gonna have to make some adjustments.
I don't believe man has anything to do with climate change. Before we existed, climate change has existed, and after we will be gone, it will continue to exist.
Global warming is no longer a distant threat in the future.
Listen, we have a constitution, and if you don't consider the rights of the individual, then you are infringing on our rights. This whole global warming agenda is an infringement on our rights.
Besides, an eco-friendly lifestyle is expensive.
My uncle, he had a truck, a diesel truck. When the California Clean Pipe Program came into effect, he lost his living.
Homeowners are not allowed to water their lawns due to regulations suppressing, again, I say suppressing their natural rights.
We need to look at the long term, the bigger picture.
The big picture. All right. So, what about China?
What about it?
Some days, the pollution level there is 10 to 50 times than in LA. And the government just says, put on a gas mask and continue working. Soon, they'll be coming bigly and take all of our manufacturing jobs.
We don't want to wear gas masks, do we?
I'm worried about my future kids because what they will inherit will be much more difficult to live on than what I inherited.
The Constitution preamble says, to secure the blessings of freedom and liberty to ourselves and our posterity. I am concerned. My children, their freedom, their liberty, you can't force your way of living onto others in this land.
Can't you see what's coming to the big, flat Earth? Italy became the first Western country to even include global warming or climate change into their curricula.
Meanwhile, in America,
So, if global warming is real, how did Frozen get a sequel?
We must keep going into the streets. We must keep demanding that our leaders take climate action. We must not give up.
We want change!
We need a strong net zero climate act.
Climate disasters have started becoming the main reason for cross-border migration.
It's a socialist agenda.
Within countries, more people move to cities.
Fake science.
In the 3-degree world,
Fake data.
that's if the world warms up 3 degrees.
No hamburgers, no ice cream.
Tens of millions of people will be displaced.
Anti-nationals, fear-mongers.
It may cause a chain reaction that is not reversible.
there is no Planet B.
All they want is climate lockdown.
We want change! We want change! We want change! We want change!
Developing countries are at the front line of the battle.
They are the ones who will suffer the most.
Even though the developed nations have loaded up on carbon dioxide.
Sundarbans, the largest mangrove forest in the world.
Millions of people here depend on fishing, farming, honey, and timber.
Mangroves act as a friction barrier, a savior to this land.
It reduces the wind speed.
And break the waves during the storm surge.
when Super Cyclone Amphan hit Bengal.
18,000 hectares of land was destroyed.
More than 100,000 farmers impacted.
Crops devastated.
Wildlife, marine life, lost.
Fishing came to a grinding halt.
When saltwater enters fertile land, the effects are irreversible.
That's why we need those mangroves.
Meanwhile, in our own backyard, the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico.
Reporting from the Gulf Shore after the deep water horizon oil spill. I just happened to see the birds trapped in the oil, all covered in oil.
Authorities did not want media to see that.
Absolutely not.
Oil coming in so thick, it was covering the mangrove.
Mangrove.
Mangrove. Mangrove. Mangrove.
Killing the mangroves is all the vegetation.
And the erosion of land.
Louisiana only got 6 bird islands, and they are all disappearing.
Cat Island. One of the barrier islands on the coast of Louisiana. It's ground zero for the oil spill.
We managed to destroy the ecosystem.
It was a bad time for the birds. The shorebirds, the pelicans, all kinds of birds.
Is there a good time for an oil spill?
It is easy to imagine the end of the world.
The apocalypse!
But let's imagine.
In the beginning,
There was life.
But it took centuries, millennia,
Eons.
to create the most improbable thing on Earth. The life.
for billions of years.
Until now, that is.
For every second we fail to listen, something will disappear.
It's easier to imagine a business was shut down.
Someone lost a job.
Couldn't compete with China.
Constitutional rights.
For every second we fail to listen, something will.
Soon we will mourn the days. But it's easier to imagine.
What? War? Hunger? Nothing at all?
Use your arms, your torsos, your feet, and stand!
No, but it's easier to.
No. Surely, we're more capable than that.
Then opting for easy over what's right.
Use your imagination.
Fight!
For every second we fail to find another way of living,
Something will disappear.
It is disappearing.
Perhaps it already has.
There is a moment where I think about turning back. I wonder if other people linger on the shore or didn't come out here into the middle of the forest to walk into a cold lake with no purpose. Except, what? That hope must be piecemeal, small, achievable, and fully laid out as a plan before you embark. And then we slowed down, because progress doesn't mean speed. Progress sometimes means we have to take a few steps backward. And the wind blows around us, quick like change. And the wind blows around us, quick like change. But our movement as a species, through the day, we can slow all that right down. We slowed down. We took time, we gave time, and we spent our attention, our care for our families. To grieve what was taken, stolen, hurt. To grieve the trees empty of lichen, the snow empty of the reindeer's tread. And I didn't see those things, but I feel like there are pieces of meat carved out of my own heart. It feels like the hurt was done to me too. We all recognize the grief we feel for the earth, that we have pretended was an empathy, but was really a very intimate and personal heartbreak. A betrayal. We each felt, we each were harmed by. And reaching through the water, we place our hands on the cracks in each other's hearts, and we cry together, because our hope and our grief must be supported together. Together, dreaming back or remembering forward, we held each other and stepped forward, trying to dream, trying to remember.
Standing ovation for all the performers. I request all the performers